Hello, this is nobody else. Welcome to this short stream. We are going to continue with our adventure, the Koronus Expanse. Continue where we have left off last session. Just a reminder, we are playing as an officer, master tactician officer with a navy officer background. And now we have to meet the so this quest now is meeting the House Orcelio representatives. Wait a sec. Let's talk to. Oh, your worship, I hope Christian Dragonus be beneficial to physical and mental state. Understand that the air secretary must have his hand, but one shouldn't forget about the meeting with navigators. Allow me to report the two navigators who have taken residence in the guest study and await me to you. Would you like to receive them? Make arrangements for a reception worthy of the refined taste of Navis nobility. Understood. Would you like to hold this meeting? Yes. Cassian, heard it. Then I'll have messengers and guests. I will. Let's treat them respectfully. We'll get them then. We'll get them. Region under or Celen's team delegation. Treated in the one come this way. Representatives of nobility hierarchy report. Vision of the house Arondo Delio. Companions lady Ursula. Region Arondo, a tall, wizened old man, proudly dressed with milky and blinking eyes, blue skin, everyone's has regulars for an unsightly whole Mars where his nose should be. The old man's skull is covered with growth. Ooh. Vision Arondo, rock trader. James Prince in White cuts through the sun. On behalf of households, I would like to express our immense satisfaction at this meeting of gratitude. Well, welcome. It pleases us to know that there are still laws in the Koronus who observe traditions of hospitality. And yet, not why we're here. Our grace is obligated to note how much the rock trader has done for House of Surrey by protecting his beloved child. Therefore, many times behold her radiant visage. Come now, child, there's much we need to discuss. Not what Steam Regent. Pleases me to see the gleaming sheen of golden tips above your brow. It is thanks to the efforts of the rock trader that I stand here today. So much I want to tell you. But what is it? Desire to hear? You know what happened at the station? Your connection to the Atlas has grown so strong. We felt the turmoil in your soul. The events that transpired have shaken. House Arcelio, yes. House Arcelio is deeply grateful for the distraction of the Sambaders and we are willing to reciprocate magnanimous gesture. We trust your friendship and alliance underpinned by the transfer of several exceeding rarity will suffice. Now come, child, it is time we depart new home so that we may finish what we started. Esteemed region, perhaps I will continue my education while still accompanying Rock Trader on his travel. Just imagine how land beyond the bounds of Cassia. I will be honored if decided to unthinkable. What?
Don't just stand there. Help the rogue trader defend the child and the palace.
Down with Tisiphone's tyranny! Kill the girl!
What happened
You
here?
will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
For the Emperor!
We... What? Let me see. Okay, we have these. Okay. R he will be here. Be here. There. Actually, yeah. Oh, she can be here. Nice. Can be. Yeah. Put him. If here. Yeah, sure.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Isn't this a job for the serfs? If I may? Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs? I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Emperor, protect me. Onward!
Pain and duty go hand in hand. Quick, quick! My faith strengthens me.
Commands are more pleasant to give than to follow. You jest, surely. This battlefield air is good for my lungs. You've got a problem. I've got a price.
It's as good as done. Who, if not me?
Follow my lead.
Don't touch me. I must not falter. Failed me.
Stay vigilant.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Break their morale.
These polygons are hard to hit. Stun grenade. Oh no. You can't do the
Running binary override. Let the cycle be discontinued.
nice. I'll do it.
Request denied.
No. What? Ah, no. Cannot do it.
Abide in the host of blessed creations of the Omnissiah.
Follow my lead.
Oh, where is she running?
Just a minor setback.
Weather the storm. Duty prevails.
Running to.
I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally.
Request approved.
At your beck and call. A tactically sound approach.
Oh. Okay, do this.
I will do my duty. Victory is imminent.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Oh, I'm not. Really, I cannot attack him.
If I may.
Death to the heretics!
Moving out.
Weapon at the ready.
Lesson learned.
Follow my lead.
Follow my lead.
Oh,
My faith strengthens me. Follow
you'll
my
die.
lead. Die!
The region died.
But of course.
No.
I'm not so sure. Anything else? The whispers must be appeased. Was that you? Or anything else?
Heavy is the tread of his faithful.
I need to do this. Oh. Oh, we can't. Oh. Okay, this.
Running binary. Your desire condemns you. Setting target parameters for 10 familiar units.
Onward!
I've suffered worse.
I must not falter.
I'll make it happen. On it. You should feel honored to witness this!
Activate calculated fury algorithm.
No, right.
My vow is to serve. Suffering is part of the trial.
Oops.
The Omnissiah. Running binary override. High momentum.
Indeed. Who thought that was a good idea? It will be done. At your beck and call. Will rule the stars themselves. I will do my duty. Lesson learned. I've seen worse battles than this in my time. An exemplary strike.
Oh. Until then. Lady Navigator Elena. Mercy. The Lady Navigator covers her face with her scary, scaly hands, each with an extra finger and conjoined pharyngeal bones. Those are covered in blood, mostly that of your servants, as well as exploded bolts are sticking out of her chest. Rock trader, whether on purpose or out of ignorance, you are harboring a master cunning, pretending to be an innocent maid. Innocent maid. Spare me. And I, Elena, had rehearsally will swear to tell you the whole truth about the madness of this devouring house, like a malignant tumor. Do not let the regent deceive you with when it lies, lest the curse child Ruinger Protectorate as well. Your fate will be decided during the trial, lady. Will hear what you wish to tell me. Thank you for your lenience, Lord. No, also, the naturally pulpus size of the Navia constantly shifts in Cassia. Dark secretions, yes, living. Lady Navigator start with an attempt. I, Elena Haderia of House Orcelis, the rock trader, not of the truth. May the God Emperor be my witness. Silence, with all due respect. House of Sorrow has hardly covered serving glory thus far today. Time its representative answer before the rock trader. Region Arondo. Representatives of the House made an attempt on Lady Cassia's life and attack a rock trader. Dr. House Orcelis humbly ask for your lenience and forgiveness. Will not even imagine these vile rats will be scouring among our ranks. As for them sneaking to rock traders' palace and staging an unthinkable crime, God Emperor be a witness. Used renegades seek to spark feud between our houses. Vida, that may you are responsible for the actions of your people. Give me one good reason to execute on the spot. You do not want a war with Navi's nobility, the house. Trader. We will achieve much more as allies. As ourselves, an injured party as we are. The renegades infiltrated our ranks, weakened us, implicated us before the rock trail, almost kicked the most precious noble child. Do you think we wish death upon the one destined to lead our house to greatness? We're ready to tell you everything we know, so that this misunderstanding can be remedied as quickly as possible. Tell me about the renegades. They are madmen who seek to destroy the centuries-old tradition of House Orcelis. Carefully nurtured previous innovator Trisiphonie Orcelio. The 16th century of the rule, tyranny, and our most sacred relay, a curse of fools. If the Atlas were to break the whole Orcelis, or follow into oblivion. Why do renegades seek to destroy the house relics? They dread its powers, for only an innovator can fully grasp the mysteries and harness the powers of the Stairway Atlas. What the renegades call a leash, we call a guiding star. Okay. Why are people trying to Cassia? Everyone in the house knows the child is a keeper of the one true Stairway Atlas, which once belonged to our great innovator, Tiffany Orcelio. The ungrateful wretches greatly hated her grace, and when Tiffany abdicated her responsibilities and set off for parts unknown, they staged a revolt to destroy her successor. Does Cassia carry Tisiphone's Atlas? We believe it with all our heart. The innovator spent many cycles on the world where the child was born. And it is said that everyone who witnessed the miracle of her birth simultaneously departed for a destination known only to the innovator. Patriarch or matriarch. Tisiphone gave the order and followed them soon after, leaving her precious gift, the Atlas, to Cassia, and therefore marking her as success. What do you know? What do you know about Cassia's unbridled power? Special gift for a special child. She was born with it and grew up under its influence. The instability sometimes hampered her education, but will learn to prevent most out. As long as the child remains calm and remains, the parts cannot. Looks like Chaos Orselio has fallen on hard times. The region stays silent and then replies, to call your statement false, be a lie. For many years we might maintain the fragile balance in our house, but then innovators depart took the faith of many. The treasure is empty, the navigators are scattered, the rapt routes are scrambled, and many of our allies can reach, which is why it's important to complete the child's education. Cassia's duty to teach different places in the house such is her great destiny. Enough. Lady Elena, what do you have to say in your defense? I do not know what is it you wish to learn, but I will start from the very beginning. Long time ago, Tiffany ascended to the throne of Orselio. He was a daring innovator who brought part of the house to the Expanse, looking to strengthen our position in the Imperium. The house prospered, but Tiffany was never satisfied. She went mad in her pursuit of power, seeking more influence, more control, and she saw enemies everywhere, even among her royal folk. Okay. Parania was slowly driving Tisiphone, and one day she created the stairway up, a relic that is implanted in our body, birth, and noose around our necks, are given our damnation. Tiffany used the Atlas to control us, but your will mold our thoughts. If anyone put a toe out of line, at first, many branches of her field tried to resist her tyranny. Tiffany cut them down with extreme brutality. For example, the entire Sethala branch was destroyed simply because its leaders asked too many questions about the Atlas and to know the truth about its creation. What else is Tiffany Orselio guilty of? Tiffany's madness weakened the dynasty. Not long ago, the innovator vanished. Indeed, her loyal followers lie when they say she chose to retire. The truth is that nobody knows the truth. Okay. I hope she's rotting away on one of her secret works. I understand Tisiphone transactions, but what does any of that have to do with Lady Cat? Tisiphone passed her Atlas onto her successor before fleeing the house, the newborn child. We could not surrender the throne to the tyrant's. Tisiphone must have touched their plan before her. The appearance, the child, the transfer of the leash. We fear that one day she will be born in Cassia's body. We will not let that happen. You call Cassia a monster because of us? Largely yes, but there is more. Have you ever felt you are unadulterated disgust while standing closer, or perhaps fury or fear? Who but the master would manipulate the minds of others, events, or so on? Why did the attack before? Why now? Tisiphone always had plenty of opponents. We were afraid to trust one another. Any of us will be spying for her followers. Left our strength and dealt the first blow 5 years after I was born, striking at one of the states on Ear TV. But the girl survived. And Regent Antonio hid here so far away and guarded so thoroughly it took us another 13 years to find him. And then another 2 came into the region's good graces and reached Urak 5. Now Cassia is in the spotlight and the House Council is about to put her in the Surely there is no better time to cut Serpent Head. So you admit Arondo was not part of the assassination attempt. Regional Don Arondo is guilty of mass killings, intimidation, and human torture, abetting Tisiphone and raising his crimes are many, but this one is not among them. I'd love to see his head on the chopping block, but honor prohibits me from slandering him in a trial before the trader. The rock trader now knows about the region's atrocities and the girl's corruption. Why succeed? That looks or silly. Lady Cassia, you two are an injured part in this. What do my play? If I may speak, so many dirty colors have poured from most of present that I feel covered in shadow. I, as the future innovator, want to bridge them, purify them, let them go. Hate me. They want to be Warhammer. The forest house. Wild wretch. Who do you think? Will you now start killing those who have displeased you? Tiffany did before you. Fury of your way gives way. Yes. Yes, child. This burden is too heavy for you to shoulder alone. You are not ready yet. I implore you to settle this conflict. I offer the rock trader 100-year contract with scars or spirit, committing us to charting the shortest, safest routes to the for the balances protected within the Koronus Expanse. I will also remain aboard the rock trader's vessel and assist him until he decides otherwise, or until duty to the house summons me with us. What are you going to do with Lady Elena? The Steam region will put Lady Elena in one of our family dolls. House or navigator after all. There's no need for a person. Nice, but remain. Others. Accept right now, or we can say thank you for your input. We'll consider offer. That's an awesome. This now. I do this. I have dance this. can we do something more? We get Cassia. I mean, no, I'll do this. Accept Cassia's Lady Cassia's offer. We'll sign the contract. Everything will be free. Thank you, nobody. I mean, so be it. We failed to notice that our child had grown up and become strong. We may stay with the rocket until follows, but it has been not blessed his talent of leadership. Rock trader. We are now bound by temple. The representative may contact House of Dragon and respond. And one more thing. Protect the child right up all. Right. Remember that you have the future nobility. How is nobility the house about the soul. Asia. Okay. Oh, I mean, we could. Because I'm only be used and finish effect applied to enemies that are attacked by the master tactician, but not by the master that is done. Ooh. Nah. No. Oh. Huh. Ooh. Yes. Ooh, this is cool. Ooh. And do the attacking combat. Or can do these. What leaves? This is good, but I think this is much better. Ah, and strategy. Buffs. I think. Play. First. We'll do the binding. This. Oh. Huh? Execution. Covers. Also. Oh. This is too bad. A lie. So nothing. So let's go to our no. Stakes. I think I need to leave the
Lord Captain? Lord Captain.
have something.
To what do I owe this visit?
May the Exalted One protect you. Have you grown bored without our little talk, Shireen? Oh, I have no doubt you will.
Go through them.
My apologies. 19% of my processing power is engaged in the analysis of my tech comrade's memory. My response time may be longer than usual.
And have you found anything out?
The data is scarce. His identification code is the same as mine, and his memory contains data confirming that the assassination did take place. Unfortunately, some of his memory was damaged by pulses broadcast by his battle harness. I can assert with some confidence that he was who he claimed to be, and that he served the Deus Mechanicus earnestly and eagerly.
Gave off the impression of a paranoid madman.
Notwithstanding his permanent state of agony, he was not cognitively dysfunctional. His desire to immediately destroy the object he had deemed profane was partly dictated by his engrammatic augmetics, which were receiving imperatives from his battle harness. In light of the oddness of our matching identification codes, I find merit in his hypothesis as to the existence of a clandestine malevolent agent or conspiracy operating inside our fraternity.
What do you think was behind this?
No data available. I will hypothesize that the assassination was instigated by an enemy of the Blessed Amanat's doctrine. I accept the possibility that the assassins were targeting me, only to be led astray by Tarsus and my own identical identifiers.
Let's see.
I am concerned about the fate of Archmagos Amanat. According to Opticon 2-2, he went missing in the wake of the incident on an Arch Mechanicus, the Heretico, Information about that ship and its perishing has been purged from the archives. I accept the possibility that the incident on the ship, the concealed data, and the assassination have all been part of a single conspiracy.
Are you not surprised that Amarnath sports had such an effect? You?
I was not knowledgeable as to how popular Blessed Amarnath's teaching was in exploratory circles. The Cognizance fleet is massive. His ideas might have found a larger following on its periphery than in the Mother Squadron.
Amarnath was a believer and he caused a schism. Tarsus was a believer, turning to a Zulu. Faith can be dangerous.
Of course, faith is dangerous. Faith is the prerogative of the spirit, and a spiritless mind is an enemy of all existence. Without faith, there is no meaning in anything, no point to any aspirations or limitations. But faith can take different forms.
Yeah.
The form of prohibitions established by unknown elders. The form of an audacious violation of those prohibitions. The form of following dogma or of schism. The form of following the cycle or of discontinuing the cycle. In a system with two courses of action, schism is inevitable. And only one of these paths will be true, as truth is discreetly separate from untruth.
Did Amarnath believe the Eltress to be in error?
Amarnath did not reject any one specific prohibition, but found their cumulative effect to be oppressive. The system of rigid limitations had confined seekers of knowledge to a circular track, spelling doom for the thinking mind. And that cycle of repetition had to be broken. That was why he was dubbed the Messiah of Discontinuing.
Okay, so he's... My faith is more than a mere consists of ideals, sometimes come into conflict with dogma, and have been given the gift of will to sub.
The Omnissiah has bestowed upon us the supreme mission, the quest for knowledge. The fact of its existence confirms that reason is yet to comprehend and quantify the universe in its entirety. This precludes the existence of any prohibition that could be considered universally relevant. All limitations need their exceptions, yet exceptions belie the inviolability of prohibitions.
Perhaps you'll be able to find out more.
I will continue my research into the Blessed Martyr's memory with all due reverence.
Must take my leave.
May your labors be effective and fruitful.
I didn't save. Nothing. Yeah.
All right, let's hear what they're whispering about you.
I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in, somehow.
But for now, of course, always at your service. When
You did something. Really.
Domain.
Did all this.
May the
All this. Come on.
Elantark.
Fast.
Greetings, Rogue Trader. I would like to report that Glato and I have finished our initial inspection of the upper decks. The list of infractions ended up being 5 pages shorter than expected. I'm beginning to worry that a servant of the Lex might have little to occupy himself with aboard your ship.
Shall we discuss the mission on Thasera?
Of course. Which part?
What do you think we could have done to satisfy the perfect?
I do not know. It was one of those tough situations where only time will tell how well you handled them. If I were in your position, I would take the prefect's evaluation in stride and learn from your painful experience on Thasera. Sometimes, life knocks the wind out of you in a way that can't be dodged, so it helps to learn how to take a hit.
The perfect can say what she likes. I'm convinced that I made the right choice.
I'm not going to call the prefect's judgment into question, but you had to make a difficult decision, and you made it. You took responsibility. I appreciate such qualities in people.
I'm curious, did you like any of the entertainment we saw in Thasera?
I was on a mission, not attending to pointless amusements.
There must have been something that appealed to you.
Very well. If you insist, let me think about it one more time. The wine smelled like wash. The imposter hunt was a plot. I failed to see anything appealing there. And the rest of the festivities had all the characteristics of degradation. I believe that covers everything. Nope, wait a second. I don't know why, but I enjoyed seeing that augmented beast roam free.
The second thought maybe Thasera was not that impressive.
I am certainly no expert or point of reference on this subject. Perhaps you are simply hard to impress. You are a rogue trader, after all. We could discuss something else.
Must feel strange to be without your unit.
I've never been a part of a rogue trader's escort before. That said, I adapt to change more quickly than you might think. And as long as Glato is with me, I can handle any transition.
About your cybermask.
You hear that, Glato? The rogue trader himself is asking about you.
Why did you call him Glato?
His serial number is GL80. Glato is easier to say in Gothic. Many give their cybermastiffs striking names like Slayer or Thunder. I'm fine with Glato.
What can your dog do?
He mostly provides combat support. He is trained in both lethal and non-lethal ways of disabling a target, with the ability to analyze a situation and then decide on a course of action. Glato is a good tracker too, and he can spot basic evidence. He also knows over 100 commands. In general, He is more resourceful and diligent than most people I've met.
What about his automatic?
Glato, ready! The frame is mostly metal, with armored plates covering the vital segments. The jaw is reinforced. Crunching a leg off is like tearing a hair out for him. I don't even know a tenth of all the things Glato is fitted with, but it's an impressive list to be sure. Take the sensors in his nose for one. A cybermastiff is like an odor analysis laboratory. Alright, that's that. Glato, attention.
What common stats you know?
They range from kill and guard and the like, to more complex guard and patrol protocols. A protocol is a combination of behavioral patterns, which the cybermastiff follows according to the present situation. In other words, I don't have to control Glato all the time. He can adjust and react to the circumstances on his own.
I will do.
As you wish.
Is Glato fully servitorized or is some part go?
Generally, cybermastiffs have all aspects of their animal nature removed, but Glato is a special case. His submodel takes a dog's loyalty and instincts as a hunter and guard, and renders them absolute. He is neither a dog nor a servitor. He is something much more. A cybermastiff, a living weapon in service of the law.
You talk about him as a tool. Do you feel attached to your dog at all?
Glato is not a pet. He is an instrument of justice, as am I.
You will be willing to sacrifice him?
I haven't had to so far. I do not spend time contemplating such things. It is a fruitless pastime at best.
Is fair, or did you just say you consider yourself to be same level as your dog?
Him or any other weapon that lies in the hands of the law. Only my service to the Lex Imperialis determines the level on which I stand.
Duty comes before attachment. Admirable.
So, we understand each other. Good.
He only listens to you then?
Correct. Both his training and his augmetics ensure that Glato only accepts orders from me or from my superior officers. Apart from having the obvious benefits, it also serves to prevent disarray on missions involving multiple cybermastiff handlers.
I see. Hello, Glato. Does Glato have a favorable type of training? What pastime of choice?
Sometimes I let him play with heretics' corpses. That was a joke. If you're asking about entertainment, that concept does not really apply to an RBT's dog. But I like to imagine that Glato is enthusiastic about training with me, that he enjoys running long distances at my side, and during target practice, he always seems eager to hear me give the attack order.
That can be probably, can't it?
Fine. Let me satisfy your curiosity. I do have a special exercise that helps to sharpen Glato's hunting instincts. I take a few ammo casings and hide them in hard-to-reach places. One time, after a raid on a manufactorum, I gave him a whole abandoned workshop to run around in, but I also played a trick on him by throwing one casing onto a ceiling beam. Then it was Glato's turn to play tricks. He waited under the beam until I walked up to him. Then he jumped onto my shoulders and climbed to the top. He cut my temple open with his claw and almost broke my clavicle, but he got the casing.
I think you and Glato could do with your own training ground. I will order a space be preparing one of the compartments. Have it outfit everything you need.
The equipment needs to be sturdy. Glato is unstoppable when he's not holding back. Thank you.
Give the dog a piece of training. Here you go. Different.
Glato is not a house pet rogue trader. Trying to feed him will get you nowhere. He only eats out of my hands, and only at specific times. Strict training. It protects the cyber mastiff against deliberate poisoning and other ill intents. Basically, don't waste your time or your meat.
Okay, serve with you honor, kiddo. Okay, let's do them. Maybe. Am I imagining, or do you seem relaxed?
I doubt such a word could ever be accurately used to describe an arbitrator, but there is some truth to your observation. Since we're not in combat, I permit myself to stand at ease, which is to say, I'm standing by on full alert.
That means we can resolve it.
A rogue trader and an arbitrator. You have an interesting notion of normality. Well, I'll try not to disappoint you with my conversation skills.
Tell me about the Adeptus RPG.
We are servants of the God Emperor's law, made manifest in the Lex Imperialis. The Adeptus Arbates uphold order on the scale of the Imperium and bring merciless punishment to offenders.
What types of crime do you usually handle?
The most significant ones. Beyond the Expanse, the Arbates not only enforce tithe collection, but also ensure that every planet obeys his law and that the Imperium's authority remains unchallenged. Corrupt governors, crime syndicates, rebels. Not a minute goes by without some parasite trying to take a bite out of the Imperium. We destroy any who dare trespass against the law.
What about witches, merchant, and cults?
Those are indeed the greatest threat to the Imperium, and I never leave a heretic I meet without a bullet lodged inside him. But such matters are primarily handled by other forces, which are influential enough so as not to be mentioned out loud without a reason.
So if you see someone trying to murder an innocent man whose life is legitimately
unless said man's innocence has been previously established, such as during an investigation. In any other scenario, murder is just a common disturbance. My intervention is only required in the case of an attack on an administratum functionary or some other important figure. Then I must take measures. However, if I have an assignment to carry out, I will ignore any distracting factors. The duties of the Arbates are above everyday crime. We collect the tithe that feeds the military might of the Imperium and sustains its authority over many worlds. To be bogged down in trivialities is to commit a criminal waste of time and resources that have been granted to us to serve the absolute of the law.
Well, record manners did fall on your watch.
Your suggestion that I could have prevented the disappearance of a star sounds almost flattering. And yet, I never dodge responsibility. Let the Emperor, in the hour of his final judgment, determine the measure of my guilt in what happened.
I wish to ask you about something.
I am at your disposal.
Just how far do the powers of Adeptus Arbates extend?
As you saw for yourself on Rykad Minoris, quite far. The Arbates passed the sentence and carried it out summarily. Only the highest echelons of Terra and servants of the Inquisition and rogue traders here in the Expanse can expect the privilege of a trial. Planetary governors, nobility, clergy, to an arbitrator, they are all equal before the law.
What is the mission of Adeptus Arbates?
To collect and guard the tithe. That does not mean we ignore other violations of the Lex Imperialis. We simply act within the scope of our limited resources, the first of which being our small numbers. Here in the Expanse, many believe themselves to be too far from the civilized parts of the Imperium to have need of the law. The presence of the Adeptus Arbates helps to remind those people that the Lex Imperialis is in effect wherever there is at least one human being.
That will do. Wish to know more about you?
You prefer to have a better understanding of the people you travel with. That makes sense. Ask.
Where are you from?
Port Wander in Calixis. The gateway to the Expanse, a monumental station, always covered in ships and bursting at the seams from all the dealers, pilgrims, mercenaries, and criminals. Compared to Port Wander, Footfall is just a lifeless rock in the void.
How did you become an RPG?
How? The short answer is the Schola Progenium. But I doubt you'd be satisfied with that. My father was an arbitrator, a good one, or else they wouldn't have found him in an alley filled with bullet holes. Someone who served with my father told me he was shot with 10 different weapons, and that he took at least 4 of the bastards down with him. I was sent to the Schola Progenium right after that, and the mentors there forged me into an arbitrator. I was an eager student, thanks to the example of unyielding duty and dignity my father set for me. The only thing I didn't need to borrow from him was hate. He didn't instill that. It was always with me. I never doubted that criminal vermin deserve only execution, but it was my father's death that truly crystallized my hatred, made it complete.
Are you able to avenge your father?
No, I didn't want to. There was a time when I wasn't sure what to think of my father's death. Or rather, I tried not to think at all. I didn't look into the case, or for any other reason, to go back to Port Wander. Arbitrators are never assigned to their homeworlds anyway. But when I was leaving Calixis, our ship spent several days docked at the station, and so I permitted myself to go to the spot where my father was killed. I stood there for a while, and nothing. I knew that another arbitrator would have already seen the investigation through. I had nothing left to do there.
You haven't said a word about your mother. Who?
From what my father told me, she was a principled woman of poor health. She died in childbirth. Not having known her might be the sole regret of my life.
It seems that you're born to become an RPG.
Born? I don't believe in predetermination, but I know that every man's destiny is to serve the Imperium. In my case, the Imperium deemed me worthy of an Arbite's rank, a heavy shotgun, and Glato. Not sure what else there is to wish for.
What brought you specifically to the Koronus?
You should ask the Marshal. I got my assignment, and that is all I know. I assume it's due to my experience. Collecting tithes from worlds bordering on savagery, and where people haven't seen a living arbitrator in 3 generations, is a task best left to a veteran.
What kinds of assignments did you handle before you were appointed?
I suppose I have what you would call a proven and diverse track record. Investigations, rebel suppressions, punitive raids, dozens of completed operations.
Where in the Koronus Expanse are you living prior to my ship?
On Dargonus. Lady Theodora gave the top level of one of the spires over to the Arbites. A noble house used to occupy it, before it decided to stick its hand into the dynasty's coffers. By offering us such prominent lodgings, your predecessor both reinforced her ties to the Arbites and made an unambiguous gesture toward the nobility. She was a shrewd woman and unforgiving.
How did you fight Dargon?
I must admit, I was pleasantly surprised. I'd expected something far less civilized, given that the Koronus Expanse is on the outskirts of the Imperium. Instead, Dargonus may even compare to some Calixian worlds in status and stability.
Thanks. Have you been on any especially dangerous cases? I would like to hear your accomplishments.
There was this one time. I was part of a raid on a gang of mutants. I excelled in battle, received an award, and was promoted to Proctor. That is all.
You're not getting off that easily, so more details.
Very well. Have you ever been eaten alive? I have.
What?
That raid I mentioned was compromised. The enemy had been tipped off to our operation, and we had walked into a trap. Some mutants decided to chew my arm off. That was a mistake. Since I couldn't free myself, I pushed my hand down his throat, grabbed something inside, and used him as a shield. While the thing was gnawing on my bones and spraying me with ichor and my own blood, I opened fire on the rest of the scum. That little maneuver bought my unit a few critical seconds.
Unfortunate to be fighting on the same side as you.
Fortune has little to do with it. You have formed an alliance with the Archetypes, just as your predecessor did. My presence here is only the expected result of your decisions.
Let's talk about something else.
I'm listening.
I have other business.
You know where to find me, rogue trader.
Okay. I see.
It is so fortunate you have come. I admit I was seeking you out myself. After the events on Dargonus, it felt like an anthracite grey mantle had dropped on my shoulders. I spent a long time thinking about our very first meeting and what happened next. I cannot wait to shake off this dreary color. It was very naive of me to follow in the footsteps of the man who raised me in a gilded cage. And I was deaf to the needs of my own house. But you opened my eyes. As the future Novateur, I must gain wisdom to restore House Orselio to its former glory, no matter the cost. Thank you. It will be an honor to keep guiding your vessel through the Sea of Souls, for as long as the needs of our dynasties are aligned.
And then we talk about something else.
You will hear no objection from me, Lord Captain.
You did not mention the Starway Atlas when we met.
I would never reveal this secret to an outsider, but you have come to my aid more than once already. The Starway Atlas is a sacred artifact of House Orselio. It helps our navigators chart a course through the warp. This crystal, the Atlas, has been inside me for as long as I can remember, giving me strength. But the others... I noticed the renegades in the palace were choked by ashen ghosts of despair when we met face to face. I swear the ghosts were reaching for their atlases.
So the Atlas is some kind of a crystal that is something the navigator at birth?
But my Atlas is much more powerful than the others. It's the Atlas of Tisiphone herself. That is what people have whispered behind my back my whole life, although no one knew for certain. But I always suspected. I simply did not wish to admit it to myself.
Certain navigators in your house fear the Atlas powers.
Certain navigators in my house have tried to kill me more than once.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry.
But the tales of Tisiphone's brutality... I am
me
beginning to
too.
wonder. What if they are all true? What if I will be a new tormentor to those who serve me?
You said you wouldn't share your secret just anyone. Does that mean that I'm summoned to you?
I didn't. I only meant that... I am at ease in your company.
Thank you for...
Thank you for listening.
What does your special site reveal?
Too many colors. The hues flicker and intersperse, merging into a single wave. It's about to crash. Forgive me, but I cannot satisfy your curiosity at this time. Perhaps later. I have enjoyed your company. Thank you for the conversation.
Greetings.
I don't have anything for her. Can we talk with him? So how... supposed to... Okay. Are we supposed to? Maybe we need to I think. Okay. So need to go to traffic travel. Should I take this and ask? Let's take Jack. And do this. Ooh, what's happening
Let
here?
us not dawdle.
So everything's well. An unpleasant heaviness grows in your head, as if a vice were slowly tightening, gripped on your mind. The Trillmaster is nearly burnt out eyes peering into the void. He raises his head and you see where the old man weak and frightened. He whispers, "She's here. Adeline has returned. She's asking me for help, but you scare her. She's hiding from you. You'll not harm her, will you?" From every direction, every shadow comes a playful laughter. At times it transforms into into the growl of annoyance. The sorrow will be internal. The whispers keep saying, "We should kill always." They are just too giddy about it. In case we shouldn't kill him then. The whispers never get excited about anything good. He's such a terribly wounded soul. It has all but sunk beneath the grey blue blisters of guilt, and they are swelling also the last slivery speck of hope will fade at the moment. Christmas, what is going on? Christmas is nothing. His otherworld gaze. How do I find Adeline? Adeline! She's there, in the shadows. Many shadows lie. The true ghosts are hiding among the false ones. But I hear Thaddeus' earnest prayer, and old Stavros says words of disappointment. He always doubted my talents as a mentor. I hear poor Antonio scream, the scream he let out when he unwillingly gave up the last of his vitality. And he says, "Please. I am condemned here to an existence of hell machine. I can't even almost Savidia's touch. She tried to save me, but she fell instead. So many voices are all condemning me so far for what I did." Find them, separate the true vessel of the faucet. I'll find your idol and bring her into the light. Why do you seek his redemption? He was always a terrible leader and talentless mentor. He doomed everyone. He was arrogant. Having no notion his own righteousness, he did not put his faith in the Emperor, but instead believed himself to be invisible. A young man. So it was old man voice, and it was the. Now it's soft, and he paid for his mistake with our lives. Painful. Oscar's Harry with metallic clan. We begged him to reconsider, but he took our minds away as punishment. Other species, gender, nothing, but we were loyal to him regardless. We tried to save him, even though he had not saved us. For the reason we saw he's guilty. What?
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Oh. I call you, oh Prince of Persia.
Just need to tough it out.
Okay, so don't do
I
this.
always have a backup plan.
So, oh, so it's like we're trying to figure out. Oh.
Keep your wits about you.
So it's like we're trying. Oh, so we need to find this.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Let's do this. Dave. Oh. Okay. 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 Now we know that this.
Is there money to be made?
I'm wondering now. Oh. And then it feels so sweet.
Still standing. Just barely.
So it's okay, load game. So load. So every time that you do a mistake, you damage. So
Let us not dawdle.
Oh, there's... yeah.
I can't catch my breath.
Or did we make them in food take?
I always have a backup plan.
Okay. Let me see. Let me go. There is someone here. Oh no, that is no. There is something here. Oh, so you clean them out. So, okay, so you find 1, 2. So this is wrong.
Keep your wits about you.
We know this is wrong. I did not give my life and energy willingly. He took control of my way. He made me. Yes. So now we have 3. So you want to find the ones that are saying the mistakes. Oh, that's not here. Stop, my mind is boiling. Teacher, please stop.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Okay, so that is... and there's something else here. This... there is Annie.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Need to find the one. Ah, so you need to find the correct one. So what's up?
I always
So-
keep my options open.
Need to find the correct Annie. This is... yeah. So my mind is but Annie.
Is there money to be made?
I think that's the... Let me see. Let's check the dialogues. Yeah. We do these.
I just need to tough it out. standing.
That's the wrong one. So
Just barely.
oh, so she's telling this stop,
Keep your wits about you.
but then she's saying yes. Oh, now what do we have here? We have Rita. I find you guilty of arrogance and betrayal will be Rita. Let us kill him for the glory of the Dark Lord. I cannot stand it. Master, please wait, I'm here by your side. Yes. So we need to find banish the ghost. The Director has pieced together okay, this blocks your path, extending his eyes, gets you at both calls. Do not harm her, please. The poor girl is frightened to death. Let me talk to her. I cannot fail her again. Harsh whispers, it is not here. You cannot wallow in your guilt forever. There are people out there in here who depend on you, living people. With experience a mixture of pain, horror, and grief. He lowers his arms slowly. I know, your lordship. I know it is not Adeline, but an echo of the one who devoured her soul. I just wanted to see her again, hear her voice again for a brief moment. With jerky movements, as though shaking off his ghost of my failure, now it's your time to vanish. Yes. Thank you, your lordship. The burden was too heavy for me to bear. Which, are you alright? In a bodily sense, yes, your lordship. What was that, your master? A reckoning, Lord Captain. A reckoning for my great arrogance. Demons have been pursuing me for years, following my sending me their message, hunting me, and now they have me. The entities that manifested here during the ritual were banished, but a lingering echo of the presence has latched into the shadows. It has spouted into the darkness and bounced upon my mind. Why are the demons pursuing you? I'm guilty. I wronged them. I had been promised a great future at the Scholastica Psychana, but my talents were exceptional. That fate will not have it, and instead of serving on Holy Terra, I ended up here in the Expanse, where barely a gleam of the astronomical reaches. My pride took a heavy blow, but my spirit was not cowed. I set about to assemble a choir unlike any yet seen here, a mighty, resonant, astounding choir. Lady Theodora expended tremendous resources battling with captains and governors to procure astropaths of my choosing. I brought together talents and budding geniuses under my authority. They were to ensure I will make a triumphant comeback. And they will do that for me, the team of brilliant astronauts whose talents were honed to perfection. Adeline, Anis, Antonius, and every one of them surpassed myself as I used to be. I saw that my time was coming, and I lied when I told you it was Lady Theodora who forced us to go through the ritual. The idea had been mine. When in her paranoia, her lady set out to find spies about the city and made her an offer. The ritual would give her the names in exchange for my fledgling's freedom and my own. It was a good deal. She was willing to trade 7 astrobots for the names of traders. I don't know, my pride killed them. What went wrong during the ritual? Adeline was my ritual protector, only to become my greatest vulnerability. When the mad stream of other people started to disorient my astrobot, I became frightened of her. I hesitated. I wanted to spare her. I lost control. The right thing to do would have been to sacrifice her, but I couldn't. I had always had a soft spot for her. Her genius had made her my favorite. What about the other voices? Were your apprentices as well? Not all of them. Stavro was the oldest in the chariot, and he had been on the ship even longer than I. Mighty wise man, if acrimonious. He envied me and criticized my ambition, but I was fond of him all the same. The other was the ship's confessor. Tudor has insisted on his presence, and when it was over, he was the only other survivor, and he confronted me with angry accusation. I could not bear to listen to him, silence him, kill him. Oh no. Sevita was an ordinary servant. She fought the Imperium's master until the war began to prevail. She tried to save me, to lead me away, but I did not listen. She stayed at my side until the last moment, died a terrible death, all because of my accused pride. The rest of my voices, Antonius was the youngest, had been in the choir for only a short while. When the situation turned dire, fear got the best of him, and I was infuriated by his weakness. I dominated Antonius, impelled him to use up every spark of his life force for the ritual. Annie's turn came even earlier. She was the person who told me in front of the choir that the ritual was madness. In my anger, I ordered her vaporized. Oh, I believe I had to protect my authority. She died on the spot where you're standing now. I think you're still aware. All my voices. I remember the name of each one whose life I cut short within this war. You got your freedom. Why did you stay on the ship? At first, Lady Theodora wanted to have me executed for what had happened, but then she regained her composure and graciously agreed to honor our deal. But where I was to go? My dead were all here. Now I know the truth. That is for the best. I can no longer carry this burden alone. With Lady Theodora dead, the thought of my crime being forgotten and erased from history is unbearable. I want to be judged and condemned. You have already condemned your sons of years of torment. I cannot give you a new punishment, only forgiveness. You must forgive yourself. Your words are medicine to my soul. Please take it. This mighty instrument is the last reminder of Adeline and the others of my guilt. It was with this that I performed the last. You have no right to carry it any longer. I would like to be yours. A reminder of the painful lesson my pride has taught me. We get a detachment from death. But the vision of what is this? The Tarkin as well power resistance. Oh wow. Pencil radius. He used to be a telepath. I'm wondering who can be telepath. Biomancer. Pyro. Sanctif. Yes.
Let us not dawdle.
That's that. I'm wondering now. You can do Bloodhound. Devastate. Oh. Oh, she cannot use it. I don't think she can use it right now. Can he? Oh, he's a biomass. Biomass. But she can. Oh, why don't use this one? Let's try and leave from here. I might need to save, right? Cannot save. Oh. Oh, okay. Come here. Lord Captain, a literary from the desert shrine. A group of unknown assailants invaded his temple and planted the uncorruptible relics of your ancestors, slaughtering devout worship of them. High factories among Oh! Master Montag and Mr. Sovereign, arriving in time, unfortunately, Master survived and remains conscious. In great pain, he implores you to come to the temple in case it comes to pass. I perform a reading of his tarot after the morning watch siren, but the visions sent by the Undying were too indistinct. I saw rivers of blood flowing toward the bones of the dead, and a black figure laughing, treading upon the ashes of the fallen. It is now clear the Undying One desiring to follow the figure. Thus, the hunt begins. Oh! Okay. Got ourselves a quest. I guess. Take off screen. Oh my god, look at this.
This could be an opportunity. Success is the only outcome I accept. I always have a backup plan. I always keep my options open.
Master Thomas is back in order to confess our prayer is moment in prayer, and the fairness master cover with keen eye of which Yura quickly sweeps her gaze over pushing the bloody foot from the ruins of Aqua. Factorum Janus. Forgive me for not greeting your lordship with a bow. I must tell you, Nemesis has stolen a great relic. Nemesis. The experience of that old wife's story. This old wife's tale was blessed with amazing corporeality. Where the bastard in the red scarf was, he went by that name and spoke very imperial of your lordship. Dare to mock your generosity and sneaky thank you for the supplies you used to pacify the surf of the Found Bay. He screamingly boasted that his fighters had made good use of the gifts. Just another Argon, wrapping himself in a crimson rag and wreaking havoc in the direction of commoners. Not this time. No one has ever dared to raid upper decks before. Never in the ship's history has the fury of the rabble so blind and fierce. Janice, what happened here? Serfs in red Panscars burst into the chapel and started shooting. Their leader made for the relic. The remains of our rock traders brought here from the mutants Crete, and when I realized that the sacred ashes of Erasmus were about to fall into the filthy hands of a heretic, one intent on desecrating the glorious doings, No, oh, that could not be allowed to happen. I blocked his path. The bastard allowed himself with a few violent strikes, which applied to me, but I did not give in to the provocation. I was hoping to buy myself some time. Then his so-called nemesis had started reviling the customs of the ship, security officers and enforcers, before insulting the very name of your lordship yourself. My glove to his face and demanded duel. The honored civilian just shot me. He laughed at me, depraved creature. And then he committed sacrilege by stealing the ring and shattering the sarcophagus. Forgive me, your lordship. I have failed to preserve the sacred ashes. The empty altar behind him. I didn't want to seem so urgently. I had to apologize to him. I had to repent. For many years I did my best to settle it, but the most crucial I felt shame, not just my pathetic courtesy. I had to tell you how deeply I was. Although John, I will not let you die here. Proud to serve the dynasty, the papers, your lordship. Have the clerk double check the freight bills. Do not have time to get the seals. My will is on the left hand. How badly is the High Factor wounded? Losing a lot of blood. I advise you to hurry. Master should be in the hearing here stable as soon as possible. I'm holding on, your lordship. Worry not. I want to know that you recover the relic. Some miracle preserved Master General enough that he may address you. His fate now rests in the hands of the making, Did you see the attack? I did not. I was on my way to offer a prayer when I heard the gunfire run as fast as when I got here somewhere, and I think the next thing I did was just press on proud curses. So much for being heroic here, I was on you. Just that. How did the renegades manage to sneak all the way to the upper decks? They had help. I've discovered the hidden corpses of several Shabra attendants. The traders took their clothes and let the nemesis past the patrols. They are good people, pious people. They never slighted stuff in their lives. Why punish them? I swear that these innocents be avenged. May the Emperor. I will strangle this nemesis with my own too. The Emperor protect you. Apologies, your lordship. I was taking Master General. He is unable to tell you anything more at the present, and the very second you delay will cost his life. So what do we have so far? Master General is accidental. All the attackers are either dead or have absconded along with the sacred ring. The witness all agree this nemesis and his account came out of nowhere and struck suddenly. Only the throne knows where we can find these bastards now. We'll find them. We'll turn this vessel inside out if we must. There is nowhere, even White can. There is no need. The blood's whisper will lead us to Nemesis. Blood whisper. You perform an divination. Yes and no. This tarot guided me here and told me that of the evil that lurk in the shrine. But beyond that, the bloody path carelessly tread by the raiders will reveal the truth. With all due respect, Spinner, enforcers have already questioned the witnesses and compiled an extensive list of evidence, none of which tell us anything about how or where the troublemaker calling himself may have. People, tell us everything you know. This blood is drawn in a pattern of retribution. The ones who spilled it appeared later. They moved swiftly and furiously, numbed with their own wounds. An enforcer who was drawn to the gunnery wisdom sacrilege, probably. As for this pattern, it was made in fury and desperation. The one who left was wounded. but they did not flee. They fought back while they could, and they retreated into the darkness. The darkness of the maintenance tunnel hidden within the walls of the shrine. If the targets have escaped through the maintenance, we can send the forces after them. The technical corridors extend hundreds of meters in different directions. Novice and his men must be familiar with the tunnels and possess either a map or a guide. Other clerk training forces risk getting lost and wasting valuable time, not to mention the fact that those narrow tunnels are perfect for ambush. And you gain all that from a couple of months, or do you have any other vision? There is no need for leverage from the dying Emperor here. For one who has dedicated their life to understanding the tenets of the web, Death speaks a language clearer than any words. Blood writes the chronicle of the final hour, and it holds all the answers. It speaks to me. I can tell me with what instrument it was built, what its owner felt, whether they struggle in terror or they are caught as the steel of the blade at the moment, and what moment and how at what moment how the thread snapped. For a spinner, no two wounds are alike. Each calendar carries a message from the dying one. Glad she's on our side. So we still have no idea where to find Nemesis. The tunnels only answer the question how he left. Now Death will tell us where he was heading. As he turns Kimberly and leans over the body and peers into its sides. He stinks of smoke, the smoke of Sinter, the smoke of signed cameras, while the hostics burn sacred incense and charred meat. Your wound holds the answer. You dressed it carefully. Not inside the shrine. Before that, something struck you, ripped the tissue apart, bent you, turned your hand towards the lamp. It was not fire, no. The fury of the conductive charge. It has marked you, heretic. I recognize your wound, for I myself have encountered it on those I take to the other side within the plasma drive chambers. Plasma drive chamber. You're certain. Dino has blessed me with the ability to see the truth of death. How can I doubt the relevance his blessing bestows? Can't say if it's worth drawing conclusions based on conversation with her, but it is. Then I concur with the steam spinner's findings. All bad about burns the conductive charge in the smell of cheap liho made me think the plasma drive technique compartments makes sense to me. The cult of Ravenous used the same compartment to assemble the in Stockholm weapons. This cannot be a simple coincidence. The mutineer cells and all their secret stockpiles were destroyed. I made sure of it. Nevertheless, you're right, and the same troubling thought has crossed my mind. They have been connected to the cell. We've already wiped out those xenos mutants or whoever they were, so we have one less thing to worry about now. All that's left is to deal with its cartoons and whatever gathering force will follow the Nemesis trade. No, Dominion, you must stay. You are the one that Nemesis has challenged, and those we had know you by sight. You'll frighten away the prey, and we'll lose the trail until the next target occurs. So what do we suggest we do, Kibela? I will go to the plasma drive chambers alone. I will track down the false champion, or Husami. I will prepare the guns for your own hand. Nice? Out of the question, a person will certainly scare of the vermin, but I'm not letting you go alone, said one of death. You and I will go to the chambers together, and together we'll bring down all who have dared to insult their own captain. I'm going to. I have a couple of good friends in the plasma drive chambers. The noisy kind who know everything about everyone. Convincing them shouldn't be difficult, especially if I pull a few feathers. It will be 3 of us then. What a company. So be it, but not like this. Much like your faces, your guises are conspicuous. You will right. You will be prudent to use in disguise. The enforcer will procure regular work clothes for us. We will carry only inconspicuous weapons that we can hide easily in our toolbox. It will help us blend with the crowd. Before I depart for the to hunt for Nemesis, I ask the Dominion to bless me. I pledge never to leave your side, yet to hunt demands that I must do that. Grant me this permission by performing the ceremony of twinning. When your people have taken their leave, under the gaze of the Undying will begin the rite. What is this ceremony? The rite of blessing for the sacred hand. With it, the Dominion casts their shadow over the path of carnage. Under your benediction, I will strike harder and tread more softly. Very well, let the ceremony commence. With your permission, Captain, Infernal Mercy and I will take our leave now and prepare the descent into the chambers. We are not to intrude your reload. Sit down now, Dominion. Nobody else. Listen, let the ceremony of cleaning begin. Find corpse and intrigue simple to the floor. Then place a small bundle of. You are my Dominion. I'm your blade. I'm honed by your blessing. My arms are strong while your will is strong. And as long as the dying one hears your prayers, my feet go unheard. Blade kisses your brow and dark light begins to kill. Okay. With our blood, with our will, we shall spin a scarlet web, the symbol of the hand. May it herald the praise demise. Kevlar puts the dagger into your hand, and you suddenly feel how heavy your allies have become. Your helmet is close inside your hair, chest, or slinger. Make a small cut to your palm. The pain gives way to burning sensation as Kevlar grabs your hand and squeezes it over with the ritual. But this new discovery quickly replaces again. Time, the dull numbness and warmth of what flowing from your open wound. The twinning of the blood both are made to my lord. Anoint me with your blessing, and may the ceremony of twinning commence. Be merciful to those whom I harm. Ah. May your loyalty, this high flagship, be ever our steady guide during this mission. I'm your shield, your will find only vengeance and close to my blade. Your body cannot accompany us to this chase doing it, but your spirit, there is nothing the spirit cannot do. The training is complete. You and I are now bound to the blood oath. Think of me while I hunt, as I will I think of you. Become a thought flowing through my mind. If the Undying was gracious to us, he will send it your dreams, and in those dreams you'll see me. If he is more gracious to living, I trust you will. Let us begin. Hush now, Dominion. What Thus thy seeing I behold in the cunning partners of blood. A shifting image in the blood, a spider crafting fire where blood shadows I will resemble either a swarm, a void rat or an enraged hound. Cross blades in cart of emperor, but as soon as your gaze lingers for any reality bleeds through the flu. Soon your spirit will be able to follow me. You will beat servants to carry your body to your chambers, where you will not be disobeyed in silent safety. For me, the hunt has begun. Okay. We'll stop as soon as we save. I have to be somewhere. Please recognize the home of a machine plan. This place is lost. Wired temperature. Can I save here? Okay. I've seen it before. In this market, the people become creatures all too ready to devour each other. What we are sleeping prison, imaginary freedom from. Red shake. Thought. Step sign. May the great hand begin. Fire always leave a trail. The thread snakes. Fire always leaves a trail. We may not see, but we can feel it. The web is taught. Know the hunting ground it is. This is new, pleasant. Apples with luxury, but perfect comfort. Something else added. This is it. I recognize that I can live on beneath, just like the time has come to spin the skyward. And then I must listen, inhale, exhale, inhale. The rhythmic beat of engines and pumps. That's the ship's heartbeat. Strange that I feel at home among the workers that pass time like a living dead. Warmth spreads through my chest. I like to think that this is the connection with which the Undying One bound me and the Dominion fates together. He has blessed us, and we had us one. I step silent and our ally match with the shadows. In the twilight of the chamber, barely illumined by flickering, I become like them, the lost, mired servants. We will become unweary alliance in my heart. Helplessness, the desperation, that thirst for survival become to my use. There is the second spin. We're supposed to meet here. You know that feeling when you are being stared at, but you can't tell why. Most of start coming to me, familiar gates. Those are the Dominion servants. I will not be surprised if the cultists are out on the trail of the noise of the spinners are out. We are just another soul to them, a gift to fair death. Does this remind you of anyone I told you last time? This man, enamored with fire. Even this examine stillness and friendly voice. The tulip pure, the two noise creatures indistinguishable from the commerce of in a world of pure. Step forward, I'm here. To leave, need to save stuff. There she is. Welcome to the plasma drugs, Steam Holy Assassin. Can you share plasma drugs later? Lieutenant Codier eyes on its duty.
No, so during this conference I have ordered her to gather information on all the workers who were Pascal has recently left the bay. Grand Force knows nothing about life in this company. I guarantee I have better source for information. A good friend of mine who knows a lot about delicate man. Get him to his terrified of pain and death. Save. We need to provoke them into making a move. Instead of false sense of impunity, convince them that they can and must act now. Take out the spark that will ignite the kill them looking and intimidating and impeding threat. Such is my plan. They trick me, drive me aside, they do not understand it. What matters down the hunt. Okay, now we do a save. Oh, nice. Okay, now we do a save. Let's save it again. So we'll continue this some other time because I have to be somewhere. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching me playing the games I love, the games that I want to play. I wish you all, I hope you have a great day, great rest of the day. Until next time.